All right, so how do you guys overcome your approach anxiety? How do you overcome that invisible force field, that invisible wall that feels like exists between you and going up and approaching that girl? Well, I've laid out 4 tips, 4 secrets that you guys would really benefit from, okay? And I've laid these out in a specific order. Number 4 is the most important, but it's important that you guys get a clear understanding of 1, 2, and 3 first. And quite frankly, these are secrets that not a lot of people really talk about. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. Number 1 is meditation, okay? And I don't mean like, oh, it's, you know,
living for the way that God wants you to
in
live
through the
your life,
nose,
or are you living for yourself? It's easy to live for yourself.
right, doing it for an hour like a monk. Right. When I first heard about this, I thought it was a little woo-woo. I thought it was, you know, it was a bit over the top, right? But then I started doing it and started controlling my breath, right? And that's the thing. You don't have to necessarily meditate per se for an hour a day, but it's just controlling your breath and focusing on nothing but your breath, because you know, a lot of people let their mind run rampant, right? They're thinking 16 different thoughts at once, and you know, they're overwhelmed. They overwhelm themselves. But it's like, it helps you really stay present. I mean, look around at the average person, right? They're walking around staring at their shoes, or they're staring at their phone, and nobody is present anymore. So once you master this, then it's gonna make things so much easier, and actually just being present in person. All right, so that's gonna help alleviate those wandering thoughts. So number 2 is cold showers. And guys, let me tell you, yes, you will experience some shrinkage, but that's okay. It's a minor side effect, because this is gonna help prepare you for facing the tough task of going up and, let's say, approaching a girl, right? It's gonna get that out of your system first thing in the morning, overcoming that fear, because guys, that voice will always be in your mind, in the back of your mind, right? I've been doing cold showers for like 5 years now, and there's still that, oh, don't do it, don't go jump in the cold shower. But once you overcome that voice, then you're already telling yourself, okay, listen up, motherfucker, it's time, it's on, okay? And that voice is always gonna be there, but over time, I've learned how to turn down that volume of the voice, okay? It's still gonna be there, but it's nowhere near where it used to be. And approach anxiety is a mindset, guys. This is something that you have to understand. It's all mental. You're always gonna have those voices. It's always like a clash, right? Of, you know, the voice, that's the voice of like, oh, don't go up and approach that girl. She might have a boyfriend. She looks busy. Oh, she looks like she's gonna be on the phone, right? All this bullshit that you tell yourself, it's always a clash of that voice and then the success voice, right? That's the voice like, oh, you know what? I should be going up and approaching this girl. You never know. You might find a nice quality girlfriend just by going up and approaching this girl, right? That is the voice, the success voice that you should be listening to. And by taking cold showers, this is gonna help you overcome that first thing in the morning, right? Taking cold showers really helped me. Now, we're getting really into the weeds here, guys, and I'm just going off the top of my head here. So make sure you guys let me know in the comments if you like this style of video where it's just unedited, you know, me going at it as opposed to just, you know, quick cuts, quick edits, okay? Now, number 3, there's no way around it. Fellas, you gotta put the reps in, okay? You gotta make sure that you're going up and approaching, right? You don't get better at basketball by watching videos on, you know, how to make a 3-point shot in the most optimal way and how to curl your wrist the proper way when you shoot the ball, right? You can watch videos like that and go into the weeds all day long, but you get better by actually doing, right? I was watching videos for like, you know, probably 2 months straight, nonstop, every day, all day, about, okay, you have to do this. You go up and approach a girl, you say this, you do this, right? And then meanwhile, I'm thinking that I'm getting better by watching these videos, but I'm not actually going up and doing it. I'm not actually going up and applying it. So what you guys can do to help eliminate some of your social anxiety is actually, or so approach anxiety per se, is go up and say hi, right? But just make sure that you're improving every single time. Maybe you just want to, wave and smile, right? Go up to a guy and smile and wave. Then you go up to a girl, smile, wave, how's it going? Then you can ask for directions. Oh, do you know where the nearest Starbucks is? I have to get caffeinated. I'm a little uncaffeinated right now, right? But slowly work your way up and just make sure that every single time you're getting better, right? You're getting better every single approach. Now, here's something to keep in the back of your mind. Don't put the bar of success so high when you haven't done it yet, right? Imagine if I'd never played basketball in my life, and I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I have to make a slam dunk or else I'm not good enough, or else I'll be considered a failure, right? You guys need to be honest with yourself and just realize that, okay, you know what? Maybe I haven't done this before, or I have very little experience doing this, but I'm just gonna go up and say hi to 3 girls today, right? When I first started approaching, I would walk around the mall for like 3 hours at a time, and I wouldn't approach one girl because I would overthink the shit out of it, right? I'd be thinking about, oh, you know what? Oh, they're gonna say no, or oh, they're gonna tell me I have a boyfriend, I'm gonna get rejected, people around are gonna hear what I'm saying. And that leads me to point number 4. I went crazy. I still remember it like it was yesterday, okay? Point number 4, secret number 4 is by far the most important. And I'm gonna tell you why, right? I still remember it, like I said, like it was yesterday. I had just come home from trying to go up and approach girls at the mall, walking around in circles for like 3 hours. And I just remember it was a walk of shame, right? I went home that night, I started drinking, I was alone by myself in my room. And I was just thinking to myself, like, I'm better than this. I know I could do it. Why the could I not gather up the courage to go up and speak to one girl that day? Right? Then I realized what you're doing each time by not going up and approaching a girl, you're subconsciously telling yourself that you're not good enough, right? And you're ultimately rejecting yourself. This is absolute poison. So I reached a breaking point. I remember I didn't sleep a single second that night. I was staring at my ceiling thinking about what if? What if I had gathered up the courage to go up and approach that girl? What if? Where could I be in a week if I approached 2 girls? Right? You don't know if when you go up and approach a girl, if that's gonna be your future girlfriend, if it's gonna be a date, if it's gonna amount to nothing. You don't know unless you try it, right? But this is something that you need to practice. You need to practice going up, and you'll start to realize that what I started to realize was I just reached a breaking point where the pain of not going up and approaching was just too much. I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, this. I'm done. I'm done with not going up and approaching. I'm done with the overthinking it. I need to do this. Like, I need to do this for myself, or else I'll just spend time lying awake staring at my ceiling thinking, what if? And it was that feeling that really haunted me. I was like, I don't want to go there again. I don't want to have another sleepless night. So, to sum this up, link pain and link pleasure to different things, right? I love that quote. I actually found that out in Tony Robbins' book, Awaken the Giant Within, right? Every decision that we make, we're essentially linking pain and pleasure to it. That's it, right? So what I was doing before, and what I'm sure a lot of you guys are doing, is you're linking pain to going up and getting rejected. Oh, what if she doesn't like me? What if she thinks I'm awkward? What if she thinks I'm creepy, right? And then you're linking the pleasure to, oh, I didn't have to subject myself to that. I didn't have to subject myself to public humiliation or whatever that you may think in your head, when in all actuality, it's not gonna be that bad, right? So you need to relink that, right? Relink the pain to not going up and approaching, to ultimately subconsciously telling yourself that you're not good enough to go up and approach. Right? Link the pain to that feeling of lying in bed of, what if? What if there was an alternate version of me out there that goes up and just talks to people, that goes up, you know, and talks to girls and gets a girl's number and potentially has, you know, a relationship with a girl down the road? You're not going to be like 99% of other guys that don't even have the balls to go up and approach, right? You just need to relink those associations, right? Relink pleasure to the fact that you're going up and doing it, right? You're not ultimately rejecting yourself anymore, okay? Guys, you'll be surprised at the amount of people that you'll meet. You'll be surprised at how receptive, you know, girls are to actually going up and approaching, right? This is one thing that I realized when I went up and approached a girl for the first time. I couldn't believe how receptive she was to it. You know, I was just asking for directions, but it was like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, it's actually over, right? Because a lot of times people want to be approached. They want somebody to initiate conversation with them, right? So you'll begin to notice how receptive girls are to actually being approached, okay? So if you guys like that, make sure to subscribe for more content right below. Hit the red juicy subscribe button. And if you guys need help with more things to actually go up and say, what exactly you guys should say or what would help you out, watch this video right here.